What if you touch the coldest thing in the universe, also known as... Someone would say my heart there, but that's just a cringe joke and I would never make one of those. Let's like the video before we get into it, because I am just going to react to it, and that feels like... I don't know, I make transformative content. I just recorded a Joe Bartolozzi Try Not to Laugh that was 13 minutes long, and I managed to make the footage and recording 50 minutes long. So I'd say that's pretty transformative.
Picture this. You reach out your finger towards the coldest object that exists anywhere. Colder than deep space, colder than a dying star.
Colder than a dying star. I know if it's dying. I know space is cold because there's so much space. I mean, it's just all the stars are heat sources, but space is massive. So like if you had like a hot egg in amongst a cold bowl of water, it would only heat around the water. What a shit analogy. What a horrible analogy. My God. Still, is a dying star not... Because don't they just then collapse in on themselves and then go... and go nova or supernova, depending on how big they are.
You brace for your finger to freeze solid and shatter, but that's not what happens. What actually happens...
Okay, predictions. What would happen if I touched the coldest thing in the universe with just the end of my finger? It depends how well it would... What would happen? The coldest thing in the universe is like, would have no energy. Because the colder something is, the less energy it has. Heat is just energy, and the hotter something gets is just the more excess energy it gives off. So surely, like, it would freeze the point of contact, but it wouldn't do much to the rest of you. Like his arm, it wouldn't do that. It would just, like, freeze literally the point of contact and then nothing else, because there's no energy to... Like, with liquid nitrogen, the reason it would expand is because there's energy. It's, like, bubbling up, and it... I am waffling out my arse, and we're 12 seconds into this video.
Is so backwards that the coldest thing in the universe should be afraid of you. Let's start with what...
Okay, I might be cooking. What does cold mean? Lack of energy. Because you can go up to like pretty much any infinite... The fucking bin men are collecting their things, and for some reason nowadays, there's a speaker on the side of them that goes, turning left, watch out, heavy load, turning left, bro. I mean, I guess it's actually useful for like blind people in instances and whatnot, but fucking hell is it annoying when you're trying to record a YouTube reaction. What does cold mean? Lack of energy. Your atoms don't move, so they don't vibrate and shit. So then you get your heart broken by a bad bee, brunette, rocket, 5'3". I fucking wish I got my heart broken by a brunette rocket, bro. I'd have so much motivation. I haven't had my heart broken since I was like 15. And like, I locked into the gym for like a year and a half. And then I just got whammered at everyone else at school. But then I haven't grown since then. So now I'm 20. And when I go on holiday and when I go back into the gym, everyone's just absolutely fucking huge. Just rare, trem, TRT. Anaval. Anavar, and I'm just here, just like, oh, all right, I'll just watch the video then.
Cold actually means. Temperature is just how much the atoms something is made of are vibrating.
Literally said that bar for bar. I'm a genius.
Hot things vibrate a lot.
And I said that. I literally gonna make this video, but instead I'm just being lazy, can't reacting to it.
Cold things barely move at all. And at absolute zero, motion just stops.
That's why you can't go below absolute zero, because you can't get any more frozen than frozen.
Here's why that matters. When you touch something cold, you don't absorb the cold, you lose heat.
Yeah. Oh my God, I've cooked.
Warmth flows into the cold object until both even out. And how much heat it can drink up depends on how much stuff there is to soak it in. A kilogram of ice can pull a lot of heat out of you. A single snowflake, almost none. We hear the coldest thing in the universe and we picture liquid nitrogen.
Well, I wouldn't say the coldest thing in the universe is liquid nitrogen. How does liquid nitrogen... What's the stability aspect? Because obviously, like, something would completely freeze, but obviously liquid nitrogen is liquid. That's kind of in the name, guys, kind of in the name. How does it stay liquid? Do you have to add something in it to stabilize it? Because obviously water freezes it, so everything has different freezing points. Is it literally just that nitrogen's freezing point is lower, so it can still be a liquid at an extremely cold temperature? I guess that would make sense. And then that's why, like, all the gas is given off, because it's in its liquid form, but then it reacts with the air, and then that's where all the, like, gassy... it's not steam. Would that be classed as steam? Is the stuff that comes... This is a great question. No, the cloud coming off liquid nitrogen is not classed as steam. It's actually condensation cloud or fog made by tiny water drops. Oh yeah, I guess it's cold, not hot. It's like when I breathe out cold air on like a cold day, that's not steam, is it? You fucking knob. Okay. Maybe stop talking. Like you managed to get it with the atoms and the frozen. Maybe just stop pretending like you know what you're talking about, Jack.
that you could smash on a table. But liquid nitrogen does this because there is a lot of liquid, kilograms of it. There's a vast cold reserve ready to yank the heat out of anything that falls into it. Because the coldest object ever made isn't a block of anything, it's actually a Bose-Einstein constant, something called the
Bro, how much shit did Einstein figure out? Oh my god, I presume he has something to do with this. His name's in the fucking name. States of matter. Yeah, solid, liquid, gas. What do you man know about plasma? Everyone says 3 states of matter. There's 4, you knob. Bet you didn't fucking know that. If anyone would have been in my chat and asked, you know what? Someone in my chat ask me anything. Yo, bro, how many states of matter are there? Great question, mate. I couldn't have asked a better question myself. You're going to think I'm going to say 3, aren't you? Solid, liquid, gas. But did you know there's a 4th one? Do you know what the 4th one is, mate? Do you know what? What's your name? Oh, Jack Kingzy. Oh, that's similar to mine. Plasma. Yeah, and it's yeah, I didn't get that far. I just knew it was a thing.
5th state of matter. You take a cloud of atoms, chill them down until they're in a quantum state, and they stop acting.
Bro, you chuck quantum in front of anything, it sounds cool. Quantum open broadcasting software. Quantum Carl Zeiss Teaser HD 1080p Logitech. I know what I'm fucking on about. Quantum Creative Kleenex Balsam. What I did just there was add quantum onto the name of my speakers and whatever these pack of tissues are called. Quantum Rubik's. Tough.
Acting like a cloud of separate atoms and start acting like one single blurry atom. And that cloud is actually tiny. The record-breaking 38 picokelvin constant was about 100,000 rubium atoms.
Okay, now I know all words are made up. This is another level of like bullshit.
That sounds like a lot, but it isn't. The whole thing weighs roughly 1.4 times 10 to the minus 20 kilograms.
Ooh, that's not a lot. That's like I've got no. Maybe I should just pack this like YouTube reaction stream as short of ordeal in. Bro, I can't riff off of anything. Like, so you're telling me someone could look at that equation and think of something funny to say? 1.4 times 10 to the power of 20 minus kg. That's like how much Lacey thinks he weighs. He's actually kind of skinny now, but he did hop on Retta, I guess. So.
That's tens of 10,000 times lighter than a single bacteria. But let's make that number actually mean something.
Yes.
You would need about 4 trillion of these clouds of atoms to add up to a single grain of salt.
Okay. Sort of makes sense visually. I can't feel the weight of a grain of salt. I would have preferred if you would have said, like, what's something I grip in my hands every day? I can feel the weight of it. And it's rock hard. Probably like a glass of water. My piss is always yellow, bro. I need to drink more water.
One of them weighs about a 10 millionth of a single skin cell. The coldest thing in existence is, for all practical purposes, nothing at all.
That makes absolutely no sense. Actually, no, to be fair, the air in my room isn't nothing. It's something. So.
A wisp of atoms held in place by a magnetic field inside a vacuum.
Okay. Magnetic field to keep the atoms together, but in a vacuum, so there's no air to react to anything with, would be the cold. I'm fucking with that. I'm liking, I tell you what this setup is reminding me of. 6 monitors, 10 consoles, satellite, dog cam. Ah, bro, me and Stable Ronaldo know every reference. Gad cam, dog cam, second gad cam.
So let's do the obvious calculation. You touch it, heat flows from your warm finger into the freezing cloud.
That's what I said, right? Or did I say? I said it would like literally do nothing at all. Oh no, I said it would like freeze the end of your finger. Oh, so I was completely wrong.
How much does your finger cool down to warm that entire constant from near absolute zero all the way to...
You know when you would get some bullshit like this in your like physics or maths equation? It's like, how would I even work this out? E equals, okay. So it would be like E equals, and then that, and then this would be missing, and you'd have to like figure it out. 100,000 atoms times, what do you do first? You do stuff in the brackets first. There's like a abbreviation for, or how you do it, or like an anagram or some shit. So you would do...
The acronym is BIDMAS. Yes. All right, that was pissing me off whilst I was editing this video. Brackets, indices, and then multiplication, addition, subtraction, division, or whatever. Shut up.
Just let the video play.
To body temperature takes a laughably small amount of energy, around 6 times 10 to the minus 16 joule.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's roughly the energy carried in 1800 particles of light. Your fingertip, meanwhile, is about 10 grams of warm, watery flesh.
Ooh.
To cool 10 grams of your finger
That is actually fucked. Everything in us is just constantly like moving around because we are just mostly like liquidy water and it's just all fleshy. Ugh. I'm just looking at my hand, imagining right now if I just carved a piece out of it and just had a chunk and you could just watch it just. Oh.
by even 1 degree, you would need to pull out about 35 joules. So if you dumped the constant's entire cooling capacity into your finger would cool by 2 times 10 to the minus 17th Kelvin. How small is that? The best thermometers ever built cannot measure that tiny change. You would feel...
Oh, so basically this whole video is a nothing burger and it means absolutely fuck all. Well, it's not, because I've learned that absolutely nothing would happen. Why is it then that when I lick a metal pole in the winter when it snows, it's just a casual thing you do in the UK because it's fucking funny, isn't it? Or you lick the metal pole, and then I go. And then I'm like, oh, and then you're like, because it only just gets worse and worse and worse. Why does that? Bro, that's only like minus 10. I guess if that like atom was like the size of the pole, it would instantly freeze like liquid nitrogen. So I guess I've just answered my own question.
and detect absolutely nothing. But here's where it gets weird, because all of that assumes that you could actually touch it. Long before even making contact, the air around your finger gets to it first. A single room temperature air molecule carries about 8 trillion times more energy than one atom of the constant. One collision, just one, and the quantum state collapses. The coldest thing in...
Quantum state? What does quantum mean? Does quantum mean in a vacuum in a magnetic field? What does quantum... Quantum state is a complete mathematical description of a physical system at a specific time. Consensus on existing in multiple potential conditions or values simultaneously until observed. Isn't that like Schrodinger's box though, where you stick the cat in there? Is that Schrodinger's box? Where you stick the cat in there and it could either be dead or alive. It's either dead or alive at all times until you open the box and then you find out. No? Am I bugging? Maybe.
The coldest thing in the universe is gone in less than 1/millionth of a second. And even in a perfect vacuum, you would still win, because your fingertip is actually glowing. Everything warm glows in infrared. In a single microsecond, the glow puts out roughly 400 million times the energy it takes to obliterate the constant. You just have to be warm and nearby. So touching the coldest thing in the universe is like dropping an asteroid on a soap bubble, except you're the asteroid, and you never even feel the soap bubble. Picture this, you reach out your finger towards the coldest object that exists anywhere, colder than deep space.
What the fuck? Why did the video just start replaying itself? I was really confused then. I was like, I'm watching a YouTube video, not a TikTok. Why has it just looped itself? Okay, well that actually was pretty cool. I'm actually kind of glad I learned that. Subscribe. What, if anything, cute little beaver. You never told us what would happen if we touched something big with that temperature. Well, yeah, but isn't the whole point that if something was that big, it could never be that temperature? Cool video though. Asking, I do rate the questions. How long was that video? Oh, 16 minutes. I managed to turn a 3-minute and 40-second long video to a 17-minute video. I'm pretty proud of myself for that. Okay, well, now you know. Could be all fake, don't believe what you hear on the fucking internet, kids. But anyway, in a bit.